Let's keep it a buck. All right, all right. We are fucking back, man.
Motherfucking back.
Yeah, we was just carrying on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, y'all not quite ready for that shit yet. So you'll get that
Yeah,
one day.
yeah. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just get the fucking. Look.
Yeah, see, nice and see, get loose, get all warmed up and whatnot. Yeah, it's a good way to start off.
Yeah, I'm fucking loosey goosey right now. Yeah. So, hey Jay, listen. Today was a day, right?
Yes, sir.
Little busy on my end, but busy is a blessing nowadays,
That's a
right?
fact.
Um, yeah, so I'd like to just get this out the way so we can move forward. Shout out to my partner in crime, to today's partner in crime, or this month's partner in crime, which is Dave East. Shout out to Mr. Dave East. We have an album that just came out, ladies and gentlemen, and it's fucking spectacular. If I do say
I
so.
could co-sign that. It is spectacular.
Yeah. Now we did great. Just a little bit about that. I just want to touch on that a little bit, Jay. I felt like with this album and many of my albums, especially the recent ones, I felt like a need to change the script a little bit uh, with the direction of hip hop. Not that I have the power to do so as of now, not yet, but yeah, just to change the direction from the old ass shaking, cocaine dealing. Just got 13,000 keys off the yacht. Uh, I got a wet ass vagina. Uh, what else do we have? What else? What else? Cliche little
I bought
stereotypes do we
58
have?
cars last week.
Oh yeah, 58 cars. I flew this one out, and all that stuff, man. I
Chain
just,
cost $2 million.
yeah.
I killed 8 people this morning.
Yeah, spinning the block, spinning the block. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of, well, I've been doing that, just try to get away from that stuff, um, and put something together that has some type of substance, man, some type of message, um, some type of power behind it. So the final call, me and Davies, that's the name of the album. Features Method Man, J Electronica, 22 Gs, Abby Jasmine, uh, amongst others, uh, Jaden Alexander, terrific poet. Yeah, so the final call out now. Make sure you pick that up. This is Game Within the Game, and we will give you the game. We are reading between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. In this show right now, I don't feel like sticking to this fucking script because I feel good today, Jay. I feel good today.
I'm all the way here for it, man. Fuck a script. I'm here for all that shit. So
Yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna shoot the shit like we usually do, but we have some takes and some certain points we try to make, and we try to piss people off, even though we'll piss people off today. I'm sure of it. We can't get away from that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to just shoot the shit like we usually do off camera, and do that on camera, so they kind of get a picture of what we really about and what we really do when the teleprompter is off, so to speak.
yeah, we don't have to worry about the powers that be taking us off of certain things.
Not today. Fuck them. Fuck them today.
Is what it is.
Yes. So I do have to name the episode, and me and you, we've gone back and forth with this, and we didn't discuss this off camera, but I'm gonna just go ahead, and you'll be familiar when I say this. You'll know exactly where I'm headed with it, and I'm gonna bring this back to fruition, to the gods, to the podcast gods.
The
This
Godcast gods.
Godcast, I like that. So listen, this podcast will be named Spectator Sport, because this is for you spectators out there, right?
There's a lot of you.
And we're not gonna harp on you guys.
Not too much.
Not too much, but I will. We do some of y'all need a swift kicking ass, and I wrote a couple things down, just a couple points, right? Because in a couple names I got a fucked up memory and shit, but this kind of correlates with the spectator sport thing, and I've seen this on. I'm often on X, right? And I see people talking, and that's where people talk a lot of shit, and there's a lot of shit going on at X, right? So I know you're not too much into sports and stuff like that, but I'm a huge boxing fan, right? And so tomorrow, one of my favorite fighters, Archer Beterbiev, is fighting Dmitry Bivol. Great fight, undisputed champ, whatever. But on the undercard, it's Shakur Stevenson was supposed to fight. What's this kid's name? Oh, Schofield, Kid Austin, right? He got sick apparently, and there's a fill-in. Had to get a last minute fill-in, right? And this guy's called Josh Padley. Think you pronounce his name, Josh Padley, right? And this guy, interesting story, right? He's an electrician by day and a boxer by night, and I just found it interesting that he stood alive, or he's not theoretically still alive, and survived long enough to get his big shot, right? He's undefeated fighter. But I see a lot of guys on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. We'll call it X because that's the name. I see a lot of people on X destroying this guy like, he's a bum. He works a job. He's wow. He doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. And I wanted to give this guy a shout out, man, because he's not a spectator, man. He's a fucking gladiator, man. Win, lose, or draw, he won. Win, lose, or draw, he won. You clowning a guy, works hard at a job. At night, he trains to do this thing that no one even knows he does. Yes, he's an undefeated fighter, but no one knew him before this fight. And he survived and stood alive long enough to get his big fight. And I want to commend him on this podcast right now, because he's gonna get his ass beat tomorrow. But that's not the. he's gonna get fucked up tomorrow. Come on. He's an electrician by day. He's gonna get fucked up. But he's gonna get fucking pummeled. He's gonna get pummeled, Jay. He's fucking splicing wires by day. Like, he's gonna get fucked up. This guy's gonna get killed. But it's not the point. It's not the point.
It's
Jay.
not. It is fucking hilarious though.
You gotta give me a second. Give me a second. It's not the point. So yeah, but I truly want to commend this guy. A lot of guys on X was making fun of this guy. This guy is not a spectator. This guy's a fucking gladiator. And I want to commend him, man. He stood, like I said, he survived long enough to get his big shot. And that's what this shit is about, man. You got to stay in the game long enough not to quit, right? To be disciplined, to be consistent, and to finish the job, man. And tomorrow night, he will reach his goals, whether he wins, lose, or draw. He's completed a task that, by the way, 99% of you motherfuckers out there ain't did shit to downplay or try to disrespect a man that's getting his big shot. You ain't do shit, man. All you do is watch. All you do is watch someone else live your fucking dreams. That's what you do. You watch other people live your dreams. So Saturday night, tomorrow, which is tomorrow, but by the time this airs, the fight will be over, and you'll probably see Josh his name's Josh, in a fucking hospital bed. But that doesn't matter. It fucking doesn't matter, Jay. The guy completed a task. He completed the task, win, lose, or draw, and he fucking won. And he's not a spectator. Take
Yeah,
it away.
man. So first and foremost, Josh Padley was his name.
Josh Padley.
Josh Padley. So I never
Josh
heard of
Padley.
this person before this conversation that we're having right now. This is not a disrespectful thing. I don't follow sports, but shout out to Josh Padley. I have no fucking idea who that is, but as soon as you said who it was, he's an electrician by day. I could do nothing but respect it. He has a trade that he works at to take care of himself, take care of his family, and he still dedicates himself to the hard training that goes into a combat sport, especially on a professional level. Whether he gets his ass beat, whether he wins, whether he fucking walks in there and gets knocked out immediately, it doesn't matter. You are absolutely correct. He won by his participation in the shit, the sticking to what it is that he wanted to do regardless and making a way instead of making excuses, which is what most of you motherfuckers do. Every single person I know for a fact who is sitting there on fucking X talking shit about this person is a electrician and he's going to get his ass beat and all of that shit has never done a single worthwhile thing with your fucking life, because the only people who talk like that are people who have never fucking accomplished a goddamn thing. You just sit there on the sidelines being fucking haters, talking shit about the people who wanted to step in the ring because you don't have the courage to stand up and put yourself out there. It goes for any avenue. It's not even just fighting. It goes with music. People sit there and talk about that shit all the time. They want to pick apart the songs and albums and shit. And it's like, you don't have an ounce of talent. And if you did, you wouldn't have the balls to put it out. Sit the fuck down in your little corner and shut the fuck up. People do that shit with basketball players. People sit there and talk about people who create content and shit too. It's like you're not even bold enough to put up a profile picture. What the fuck is it that you were talking about? No, I don't personally like everything that everyone puts out. I don't like most of it, but at the same time, I could commend anyone who is willing to put themselves out there like that for the scrutiny and the criticism and the hatred and shit that comes from the doing nothing ass public who's never accomplished anything in their own fucking lives. And that's the only people who sit there talk about what it is that other people are doing like this. I say all of the time, gossip is the dialect of the pores. This is what it is that they do. They sit there and pick other people's shit apart because they don't have what it takes to go after their own dreams. Exactly like you said, they're watching other people live out their fantasies. Like, there are people in the comment section who would love nothing more than to go be a boxer. There are people in the comment sections who would love nothing more than to go be an electrician, but won't get their ass up off the fucking couch to go and apply to the trade school to put in the work necessary to learn. They would trade their lives for what he makes as an electrician, because they're doing a whole bunch of fucking nothing behind their little gray circle and their user 12345XJBYR. Never accomplished a goddamn thing in their life. And again, I know we've talked about before, but the spectator sport, I love the fucking title, and the majority of the people out here playing the spectator sport, watching other people, and they get this complex in their head because they watch football every Sunday or whenever the fuck it comes on, Thursday and Monday, whatever, and they think they see them throw the ball, and they're like, nah, this is what you should have been doing, because you're sitting there from the bird's eye view watching them do all this shit. You got the better view, but you never even picked up a football. You can't even run up the stairs. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, people who lack the courage to step in the ring always want to stand on the sidelines condemning the gladiator because they don't have to spill their own blood.
That's absolutely fucking right, man. And that makes me think of the comment section, man. That's where most of the spectators do their best work, right? In the comment section, they see most of them, like you said, they don't even have the courage to put up a fucking profile picture, a regular picture. They're putting up pictures of other people or whatever the case may be. They're posting other people's accomplishments. They're talking about other people's accomplishments. What other people are doing. This guy's on trial. This guy's got a Bugatti. This guy has a fucking a rape case or whatever the case may be. But the one thing about it, those people are in the arena, the arena of life. And when you're in the arena of life, there comes trials and tribulations, right? And you are going to be susceptible to most of that shit, all of it, if you're in the arena. But most people don't want to be in the arena. They want to comment on other people's downfalls, and that makes me think of people who make a living off of basically other people's accomplishments and other people's downfall. What I mean by that is whether you got a podcast and you're strictly talking about what someone else is doing, and that goes to say that with those people you're talking about, with their ups and downs goes your ups and downs. So without their ups and downs, you have no ups and downs, right? Especially if you're dependent, especially dependent on their ups and downs, right? If Puffy has a bad day in trial and you're hanging on every ounce of news and you have to report this news or you feel the need to talk about this news, you are basically relying on someone else's ups, downs, and if you're relying on someone else's ups and downs, are you able to have your own ups and downs? No, you're not. You ain't able to do shit. You're too busy worrying about other people, right? And that's what spectators do. They worry about other people and what other people are doing. And that shit right there, that doesn't equal success in no realms of any type of world that I know.
So before I say, just to be clear, we are not talking about actual journalists
No,
here.
no, 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 no,
That's a
no.
very different thing. What
Yeah,
we are talking about is, like you said, the people that talk about Diddy not in some sort of reporting way, in the
no.
gossipy way. There
Gossip.
are there are so many people who build their entire platform and brand off of the discussing of others. And the problem with that is once you take away the other interesting people, you have nothing now. People are interested in you because they're interested in other people. You're just a go-between for people who actually matter. So you're just the loser conduit connecting the fucking people who want to be in other people's business to them. There's nothing commendable and or noble about that. And I know people make lots of money doing it. So you said there's no type of success in that. Just because you have money, it does not mean that you are a successful person.
No.
You are a loser with money. There are losers with money. There are failures with money. So you can make all of this money sitting there talking about what it is that other people are doing and reporting on people's lives and praying for people's downfalls. And which, as we discussed before, every time you're praying on someone else to be guilty of a crime, you're praying for someone else to be a victim of a crime. So all of this shit is negativity, and you profiting off of this negativity because you want some sort of spotlight, but also you aren't capable of doing anything to get it. Like, you're not interesting enough to be famous and to have people look at you, so you just point at what other people are doing and say, ooh, look at them. And you're benefiting off of them, but they are not benefiting off of you, which makes you a parasite, because that is exactly what that is. You are just taking from them and giving nothing in return. Because I see certain people, certain gossipists who like to make the claim that certain people or certain artists wouldn't be good without you, or like you're helping boost them. But here's the thing. If you were to disappear, the artists, the sports players, the celebrity would still be just fine. Maybe they would have a different sort of audience because you wouldn't be connecting them with other people. But then if the artist, the sports star, the celebrity, whoever the fuck disappears, you have nothing now, because your entire brand is built off of these other people discussing these other people. They're still playing spectator sports. They're just playing the role of the commentator. But when everything is said and done, when you look back at history, no one remembers who it was who was sitting there announcing the gladiators fighting. They talk about the gladiators.
Yeah, absolutely right. I want to not shifting uh directly or subjects, but I want to read. I want to. That just brings me my, you know how my brain goes all over the place, right? But I just want to read these lyrics to you real quick. And let me know. And if you've heard the lyrics though. Here we go. So uh okay, so and I just found it interesting. This is off the final call, and why look to a celebrity to lift you up with integrity? Puppets without sincerity You can never fathom the levity. There
Mm.
is no way you can measure me, man. Listen, man, look, and I don't know why that lyric came to my head. And yes, I'm so fucking forgetful that I had to fucking read my own lyrics and shit. I was like, what the fuck did I say? I don't fucking know. Um, but that just brings me. We was just on the subject of celebrities, right? And why do we hold so much value in what they're doing? Because I told someone on X because they repeated the line, and I said, well, yeah, we gotta cut the strings, the puppet strings. We gotta cut the strings, man, because obviously they don't have our best interest at heart, right? I'm not saying they're bad people, or I'm not even pointing out any specific celebrity. All of them as a collective, right? And I say that when you see a celebrity on a fucking box of fucking Fruit Loops or whatever the case may be, or your favorite energy, like you gotta question this shit a little bit, like right, like oh, what the fuck? And
Hmm.
what when you grow up and you do your research and all this information is available to us, and you know that Fruit Loops is fucking detrimental to a young person's health, old person, whoever's going to eat the fucking Fruit Loops is going to suffer bad if we continue to do it, or do it at a consistent level, right? But this guy, celebrities on the fucking box, fucking chucking a football, or fucking shooting a basketball, or holding a microphone, and it's like, or it's your favorite soft drink that has 98 grams of sugar in it, and fucking Shaq standing there, or whoever I don't mean to single out Shaq. I didn't, but whoever, right?
Hmm.
They're standing there and they're posing for still on the soft drink, and it's like, and then the advertisement, if oh well, part of a good nutritious breakfast, like no, it's not.
Part of
And
a balanced breakfast.
what the fuck is balanced about fucking
It's a
processed
bowl of sugar
right, processed wheat and sugar, like not even wheat, like
with some food dye in it.
for real. Like, so it's like you got to look at things, or look at people with a side eye. And not me. I don't know about you, Jay. I don't no longer get upset with these guys, or feel the need to bash them, because it's a money game. It's a money game. We've been sold out. Not we, because I don't give a fuck what they do, but the people as a collective they have been sold out. If you believe that fucking Michael Jordan jumps 3 inches higher because he got some fucking Wheaties or some shit, and it's been going on for years and shit. It's like I'm just saying, man. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck,
Ken
man?
Griffey on the Wheaties.
Yo, bro,
I'm hitting my home run.
I get it though. I get it. There's a lot of money involved, and and I know I'm unpacking a lot of shit, but um, me personally, it's just a way to control us. And these corporations, they build these athletes, singers, celebrities, whoever the case may be. Now it's just personalities. Like I don't even know most of these people what they fucking do. It's just like this guy has a Twitch stream that has 5 million. It was like, what the fuck? Like who is this? Who is this screaming baby in front of the camera that has fucking 30 million subscribers? But I know I'm going all off. The fuck is going on? But going back to the original point, it's just
Shit is
like, yo,
wild out here.
it's crazy. But just going back to the original point of, we are holding too much stock into what other people are doing, especially celebrities and personalities and people with huge followings.
Yeah, and there is a lot to unpack in all of those things. So
My bad, man.
I'm gonna try. No, this is good. I'm gonna try to go in order. So first and foremost, I think that this all goes ties back into the spectator sport thing, is that there are people who would rather sit on the sidelines and view, and celebrities are kind of the modern day gladiators in the sense that they're the entertainment. And when you watch something, you watch a movie, you watch fucking Instagram, you watch YouTube, you watch TV shows, you watch these cases and stuff going on, it gives you this little dopamine hit, so you feel like you're a part of something in some sort of capacity because you're getting to watch it. And a lot of people, like we were saying earlier, who are afraid to step in the ring still want that feeling, right? And so they find something different to replace it with. It's the reason why people do drugs. But so certain other people replace it with celebrity worship and the reality TV shows, the fucking Kim Kardashians or the Jersey. I don't know what the fuck reality shows are on nowadays. The Real Housewives of fucking Idaho. I don't fuck care. But they watch it with that shit and they get this little voyeurism into these people's lives and they feel like they're a part of it. So they're kind of living vicariously through them because they don't want to take the time to go out and get their own accomplishments. That's why, like, I'll tell people all of the time, like, you have to maximize your time that you have during the day, right? If you want to do something better, like you work 40 hours a week, you got 8 hours a day, you have a bunch of free hours in the day, and you have the weekends and whatnot. But there are some people who just can't fathom not watching the latest shows on Netflix or Hulu or whatever the case may be. Like, to them, it doesn't even register that that's something that they can give up because it's such a part of their lives because they feel like they're a part of it. So they attach themselves to whatever the fucking celebrities do. And this is why, people get so mad about shit. Like we talked about before with Tiger Woods. It's like, well, Tiger Woods cheated on his wife. It's like, well, he's a golfer. Who gives a shit what he's doing with his wife?
Right.
Who gives a shit what Kanye thinks about whatever? Who gives a shit what fucking, I don't know, who gives a fuck what Lil Wayne thinks about Black Lives Matter? Like, who cares about any of that shit? It has nothing to do with you. But people attach themselves and their identities to these people, and because they don't have any of their own, like they're not doing anything, so they want to see these other people accomplish it, and like they've made them kind of their avatar, and that's how it is that they go about the world. You got the fan clubs and shit who know everything about these people who they've never met, who know not a goddamn thing about them, and they make Instagram pages dedicating to posted pictures of fucking T.I. or Drake or whoever the fuck. And that's just, I guess, kind of how it is that they live their life, because they don't want to do what it takes, or they're afraid to step into the ring themselves. So they attach themselves to someone in there. And then the corporations recognize that because they see what it is that people are doing and they exploit it for many reasons. Obviously money, obviously some power, obviously some control, like you said. So they take the people, this beloved person like The Rock. So The Rock, you take this, you got your tequila, you got your Under Armour, I'm not specifically hating on The Rock, but he does happen to sell a lot of shit, right? Because he's made himself into someone that a bunch of people like. So the corporations take advantage of that and they say, here, pump this shit out this way. You got the energy drinks, you got the fucking, I wouldn't be surprised if you got fucking rock cereal, I don't know, or they'll find like Michael Jordan or the, sports people and attach them to some sort of cereal that has nothing to do with something, or some sort of garbage protein shake that they're like, well, this is amazing and this is what they drink. Or I remember a few years ago, they had McDonald's was the sponsor of the Olympics, and
Crazy.
it's wild. But these people believe, or Subway too, was the same shit. But these people believe that because these athletes eat McDonald's or Subway, that if they eat McDonald's or Subway, that even if they don't believe that they'll be athletic, they believe that they'll be somewhat like them. So they're capitalizing on their desire to be like these other people. And we've talked before about this. I don't know if it was on or off camera, but most celebrities are, very obvious. This isn't like conspiracy shit or cynicism or anything. Like, most celebrities are very clearly bought and sold. Like, and they capitalize off of that shit, and they, buy them to represent their product. And because they know they have an audience, so they capitalize off of their audience. They don't have to make their own shit because these other people have made something of themselves, and they can just pull them along and get people to go with whatever it is that they want to. We want you to be fat in the morning, so eat this fucking breakfast cereal and your egg McMuffin. Or we want you to have heart problems, so drink all of these fucking energy drinks that, I don't know if Cardi B has energy drinks, but that Cardi B drinks, like whatever the fucking case may be.
WAP juice.
And that what?
WAP juice.
First, this is a entirely different topic, but I hate that they call that song fucking WAP, because it's very clearly spelled rap. I mean WAP, like rap, tap, cap, dap, lap, map, nap, WAP.
Wow.
Like, this is it's fucking WAP. But anyway, so they just attach themselves, and they get all of these people to be their little representatives and their stand-ins. Basically at this point, celebrities are just fucking mascots for rent.
Yeah, agreed. But I got a great, just hearing you talk, I got a question, and it just dawned on me, right? even back in the day, and even mentioning like Michael Jordan and the older athletes and all the older entertainers, older rappers, whatever the case may be, they might have gotten big to a certain point, and then the corporations took them to another level, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you got to kind of do what the corporation needs you to do, or asks you to do, or what not to
Or
do,
not to do.
especially what not to do, right? And crazy thought I had, right? Nowadays, I don't know if you might agree with this, but it kind of seems like instead of entertainers, influencers, or whatever, they're being built almost, instead of being right. Yeah, instead of just like organically kind of messing around and getting to a certain level, and then the corporations come and kind of say, "Hey, man, take these sneakers and talk about the shit we want you to talk about." But it almost seems as if they are being kind of constructed, man. If I'm right, like, is it just me? Like, where are these people coming from? It's just out of nowhere. Boom, this guy has all this influence. Like you said, here goes your tequila, and of course, you're not allowed to do anything but sell tequila and start a podcast, and of course, you can only talk about certain
This is
subject
what you're
matter.
allowed to think. This is what you're allowed to say. This is what you disagree with.
Yeah, they're telling you, like, but I think back in the day, when I say back in the day, I don't know, fucking 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s. Uh, there were maybe these, not maybe, but there was a lot more opinions, even with these entertainers. They had a lot of difference of opinions, and it swayed here or there. I mean, it wasn't nothing too radical, but you had a Jim Brown, you had Ali. Of course, this is before the '90s. And you had Jabbar, and you had athletes like that had a difference of opinions and would kind of step out of the boundaries, but that's few and far between. Almost, like, let's just say far between right now. But if it kind of feels like these people are being built from the ground up, almost like Obama,
And
whatever's
Kamala.
Kamala. Look, and that was it's a joke. Come on, it's a joke, but it's like almost like these motherfuckers. Well, it's not really a joke, but it's
It's
almost
not a
like these
joke.
people. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not. It's fucking not.
But it's a joke.
Nigga come from Hawaii from somewhere, shit, and just out of, you know what I'm saying? Like, with some fucking Asian parents or some shit. I don't know. We're gonna get into that back. But look,
Nah, he was organically born in Kenya, then moved to Indonesia, then Hawaii, then Chicago, then became the president.
yeah, but he has he
That just
had
happened.
he had deep ties though. His he was adopted by, and that's a whole that's a whole. And you could look it up, but he was adopted by, I forgot the guy's name, Soto or so.
All
Oh,
them
well,
people related.
yeah, you know the story. But anyway, like, but the point is, these people are being constructed and built to sway or to lead by influence, right? In my opinion, I don't know. Just it seems like that.
So I fully agree with this, and I think so. Going to what you said back in the day, right? Like, yeah, there were a lot of people who had a lot of different things. Like, if you, again, I'm less familiar with the sports stuff outside of if you go to Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and stuff, but there you go. Tupac and stuff, and all of them
Yeah,
against whatever it is that's going on, but in different ways. Like, even Tupac and Nas were against stuff in different ways. It's not
yeah,
in the same way that people are now. And then when you
yeah,
had Wu Tang over there talking all of their 5%er stuff, like their stance was different.
yes,
But and then there were different, like, some Hollywood actors were voting for Republicans and some were voting for Democrats. Some of the
right.
athletes were voting for Republicans and some of them were voting for Democrats. But all of a sudden, none of the Hollywood
It's
people are
crazy.
voting Republican, and it's just a very interesting thing. Again, we have said before, we are not a part of either party. This is not out of some
Nope.
allegiance to anything. This is a pure observation. I just find it weird when all of these people from all of these different parts of the countries, from all sorts of allegedly different backgrounds, who do different things, all manage to have the exact same opinion. Like, that's weird to me. And if you look at it objectively and you remove yourself from who it is that you support and or were told that you support, then you can see the same thing too and say it's weird that Taylor Swift and Snoop Dogg think the same thing. Like,
Hey, that's some shit, right?
it's
If you got a
weird.
fucking Crip from Compton and a fucking white girl from wherever the
The
Kansas, wherever the
South.
fuck he's from.
Taylor Swift is a Southerner from the
Wow.
South. So, and also there was a thing, I'm not too familiar with this, so maybe I'm wrong a little bit, but her boyfriend, husband, fiance, the football player dude, or it
Mm-hmm.
was either him or some other dude she was dating that they were saying was a racist or some shit like that. And it would just be
Yeah.
odd that she wound up with someone who would have had opposite views of what she has too, and that relationship have lasted long if she views them so strongly that she's going on TV to endorse candidates and whatnot. I'm not saying it's not organic or anything, but also that's exactly what it is that I'm saying. But the point is,
Mm-hmm.
I think that what they realized after a certain point is, especially now when you start going with social media, right? Anyone can be famous for doing anything. Like, they have no control over who gets famous anymore. So when you have all of these people coming in, that you can't control what it is that people view. You can't sway everybody's views. And that's why they hate people like Kanye. Like, I had someone else too that I thought of a second ago. It's Kanye or Tate or whoever the fuck it is, who are not purchasable in the same manner and who say what it is that they would like to say. Same thing with Trump. He's a billionaire. He doesn't need your money. How are you going to buy him? So that's why they have issues with these people. And then there hasn't really been a lot of people who you've seen the come up of. And I know we brought him up before, but
Yeah.
it was with the baby. He's the last person that I really saw
Yeah.
come up from the
Yeah.
bottom and make it big. But then I think they kind of learned their lesson with him, because
Yeah.
he doesn't really seem to be a controllable individual either. Like, he'll participate to a little bit, but he still does what he wants and says what he wants. And they don't like that. So they have all of these manufactured people coming down now. And this is, again, everyone thinks the same thing. That I remember it was a few years ago whenever fucking Andrew Tate got canceled, then everyone made a video talking about he's dangerous and a misogynist. It's like, all of you think this at the same time. This is
Yeah.
weird. Or everyone made the exact same video about January 6th, or everyone made the exact same responses about Kanye. It's like, all of you can't disagree with him. That's insane. Like, I don't believe that to be true. I'm not saying I agree with him. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying that I don't believe all of you disagree with him. It's just weird. Or everyone was sitting, whenever COVID was the same thing happened, everybody came out and said the exact same thing. 6 feet, wear your mask, keep us safe. We're all in this together.
Right.
Like, it's just weird, but people don't question these things, and they do that by labeling people like us when we say shit is like, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, it's not a conspiracy theory if it is an observable pattern.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Bravo. That was hit it right on the button, man. And that leads me to talking about influence and celebrities and idiots. um oh yeah, let's not fucking pussyfoot around this shit, man.
Nah, dumbass motherfuckers everywhere.
Yeah, there's some motherfucking idiots, man. And leads me to I was you know, I did last episode I told you about my daughter and the story of her you know, facing fear in the eyes and defeating it. And I don't know if the people know she won.
I was gonna say, we need an update for the people.
Yeah. So yeah, she actually went on stage and actually won. They actually, you're not gonna agree with this, but she won. She got runner up to this little nigga, man, with a little Steve Harvey suit. Yeah, Lord, come on, man. You ain't beat my daughter, man. Let's keep it a buck. He was singing. Little nigga up there singing Seal or Celine Dion or some bullshit. Little like, yo, dog, man, what we doing, man? He's
Yeah, get the
supposed to
fuck out
be,
of here with that shit.
yeah, little dude, little. He looked like he's 37 years old. You know, trapped in his little 8-year-old body up there hitting high notes and shit. And he had a little, he had a little fucking suit vest on and shit. He had the blazer off actually. Well, I think he had the blazer wrapped like you know how to fucking throw the blazer over
Oh
your
damn,
shoulder.
you're over the shoulder.
Yeah, a little Broadway fucking bastard.
Oh, yeah, get the
Anyway,
fuck out of here with that shit.
yeah. So you know, I booed him. I was the one booing
Yeah,
in
boo
case
him. Fuck him.
if his parents is watching, I was the fucking one in the audience booing the little fucking
Hell yeah, I was
freak.
booing from afar too. Fuck your kid.
Yeah, fuck the little motherfucker. Anyway, that just brings me to, you know, she got run up, but she got a trophy and shit. And they gave, they actually gave all the kids. There was 4 contestants in her grade, and they gave all of them a participate. First, they got the like a just for participating. They got like a fucking little envelope and shit. I made my daughter chuck that shit in the garbage. We don't want nothing for participate. We don't want shit for participate. Fuck is you talking about? We trying to win. We're here to win. I don't want to participate. We already participate. We don't get no trophies for participation. Did I just say participation? I made the
Participation.
I made the word up because I'm frustrated, Jay. Anyway,
But
but you know, this is all going to culminate into a point. Um, School, man, school just made me, and me and my wife, we always questioning school, man. It's like my daughter comes home and she'll say, "Hey," I'll be like, "Hey, what you learn today?" And she'll say some shit like, "Oh, the 42nd president," and I'll just be like, "Man, fuck that shit, don't matter." And my wife be like, "Oh," I'll be like, "Did they teach you? Did he teach you fucking addition, multiplication? You know how to read and spell and stuff like that." At some point, we gonna have to get you up out of there. At some point, we're gonna get you up out of there. So me and my wife have been discussing. Uh, I probably shouldn't even say this loud, but I'm gonna say it. We've been kind of mulling over other options, right? Let's just say that other options. When she's of age and she understands that uh, people are people are fucking a disease, and we want to get you away from them. Um, School is a big problem for me when it comes to the collective of people, especially now. Uh, and the kids, they're not learning anything. My oldest is in college. She literally knows nothing. Um, and I'm talking about not that she's dumb or she knows everything she knows is she learned outside of fucking college, right? So what I mean by she knows nothing is she's 20 now and she's learned nothing from that school. She would beg to differ. Oh, I have plenty of friends and oh my, I'm into sorority and I'm like, what? Fuck them. Fuck them. What the fuck? They're not doing nothing. They can't do nothing for you. Look, she calls me and she says, "Oh, I need a ride. Can you send money for a lift?" I'm like, what's up with all them sorority sisters and all this shit? They can't do shit for you. What am I paying? What am I paying for? I'm being gypped out of my fucking money, right?
this is extortion.
It's fucking extortion. School sucks. They've had the same curriculum or a version of the same curriculum since 2014. Before that, but the last time they made a significant change was 2014, and since then they've made like little minor tunes and little tweaks and shit like that. But your kid can perfectly survive this world going to the fucking library going to the fucking library, bro. School is shitty and it's a tool. I believe school is a tool to turn us into fucking, or not us. Well, they already, whatever they did to us, we fucking broke out the chains, but our kids now, to turn them into worker bees, just smart enough to maybe manage a business, but not own one or run one or anything like, or maybe run one for someone else, or and to comply. Compliance is key here. So, uh, what do you think about? I know I ramble a lot, but I'm kind of fed up with school and the system and the curriculum is, and then not to mention, like, yo, dog, we got calculators now and fucking digital fucking cloud and all these other, AI and shit like that. That shouldn't the kids? Let me ask you, shouldn't they be learning about that shit? Because if I ask my daughter, yo, I need 30 times 50, and she got to whip out a pencil and carry the three, yo, just put on the calculator, man. This is
It's fucking
put
ass
on,
Siri, damn it.
yeah, ask Siri. Like, what are we wasting time? Like, of course, I want you to know math, but if you got to carry the one, and yo, just punch the numbers in, man. Like, we are behind. Like, we are what we're teaching our kids. We are behind, and I know it's a lot of satire in what I speak. I'm jovial today, but I'm serious though. What this system is. This system is behind.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. I think it's nonsense as a whole. And the only when you say it's behind, like I don't think it's behind because I think it's doing exactly what it's
Oh, right,
supposed to be doing. It might
right,
not be what we would like it to do,
right,
but it's
right,
doing
right,
what
right.
it's supposed to be doing. So I said something about school the other day, and a bunch of people got super defensive about it. But in them getting defensive about it, they proved the point that I was making. But because they were so wrapped up in school, they weren't smart enough to see what it was that I was talking about. But what that makes me think of is back in the day, there used to be this show called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, right? And they would have, if you haven't seen it, they would have a bunch of old grown ass people, 40, 50-year-old people come in there and get quizzed on some fucking 10th grade knowledge against some 10 or 11-year-olds. And the 40, 50-year-old people would lose almost every single time to these little fucking kids, right? And the people would
Idiots.
sit there and watch it, and everyone's thinking, haha, you're getting beaten by children, because everyone is fucking stupid and enamored with mundane shit. The actual takeaway from that show is these people graduated from school and went decades in their life and used absolutely nothing that they fucking learned, to the point that they don't remember that shit at all anymore. What they were taught was completely insignificant, and that's why they didn't retain it. It's not that they're dumb, it's that they got rid of it because it's not, I mean, they might be dumb, but they got rid of it because it's useless. Like, what the fuck, what benefit to you is knowing the different type of clouds? Why do you care what a triceratops used to eat?
Crazy.
What use to you is the process of photosynthesis? When all of these people go and graduate from school, and yeah, cool, you know how to find the circumference of a weirdly shaped 3D ovular object, cool, but you don't know how to pay taxes, you don't know how to invest your money, you don't know you don't know what's illegal. You go to school for all of these years, you learned the Pledge of Allegiance, so you sit there as a fucking 5-year-old mindlessly repeating this thing, saying that you're pledging your allegiance to something before you understand what the fuck it is that's happening. But you don't know what's illegal, you don't know what you can and can't do in the world, you don't know the laws of where it is that you live. Like, you think that would be something that's important for them to teach you, but nobody thinks about this. And they teach you everything but how to think critically, right? They teach you how to memorize stuff, they teach you how to adopt other people's ideas and believe what other people believe, but they don't teach you how to think for yourself. Because if they taught you how to think for yourself, then at some point in time, when you're 15, 16 years old, you would be sitting there saying, all of my teachers are standing up here telling me to go to college, but all of my teachers went to college and could barely pay their own bills. What did college do for you? Why am I going? Why am I going into the same student loan debt that you went into? That's part of the reason you can't pay your own fucking bills. Why am I going to school for 4, 5, 6 fucking years and learning kind of a little bit of French and kind of a little bit of philosophy and kind of a little bit of psychology? And I want to be an engineer. Why don't you just teach me how to be an engineer? Like, if you go to trade school and learn how to be a plumber, like you could take all of this shit and collapse it into such a shorter period of time. Like, the amount of actual work that goes towards what it is that you're trying to do is minimal. And that's on the job training that they could do. And I said to think about not going to school, and everyone got mad and they heard, well, an education is important. I didn't say being educated wasn't important. I said school is stupid. Those are two very different things. But they heard the word school and thought education. And what I said at the beginning is that school just indoctrinates you. And in hearing the word school and thinking education, you are proving that you have been indoctrinated. You have accepted exactly what it is that they would like you to believe, because you believe education and school are tied together. But those are two entirely different things. And yes, I'm aware that if you want to be a doctor, you need to go to school. I'm not saying that there's no utility at all into going to college. I'm saying, we're saying it's set up stupidly. The system of it is dumb. Yeah, you should obviously need to go to school to be a fucking doctor. I don't want some random ass dickhead operating on me. But I would also prefer that if he's going to go for school for 8 years, that all of his 8 years are spent learning doctor shit. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck if he kind of understands the French Revolution. The fuck, I don't give a shit. All of that shit's lies anyway. All of the history shit they're telling you is completely fucking false. But it's just such a weird thing. And all that you learn, the biggest takeaway from all of this is sit in this room for 8 hours and do what you're told, and don't ask too many questions and don't make too much noise, and just get the work done that we give you. Never mind if it's important, never mind what it's for, so that when you graduate, you go and you're a compliant little worker and you just go do exactly what it is that they say. And then you live, because in school, right, the best part when you're in school is it's recess and it's lunch and it's the end of the day, so, and the weekend. So they condition you again to live your whole entire life waiting for the little breaks that you get and just hating the rest of everything that you do, because you're like, well, this is just life. This is how it goes. You live for the breaks, and you've been conditioned like that since you were a child, and most people can't break out of it, and most people aren't willing to step off the path.
Great point. Great point. And that makes me think, like, and I tell my daughters this, man. Um, and people, people on the outside looking in, of course they don't know everything, but they probably would think I was, I wouldn't say not the best parent, but weird because of my ideology and how I handle my daughters. It's very real. I'll be like, listen, my daughter, especially the youngest, she tries hard, and she gets upset when she doesn't accomplishes something or get a grade or something like that done. One time she came and she said, Dad, I got a 70 something on the test. And I was like, okay. Did you try hard? And she was like, yeah, I tried real hard. I was like, so the effort was there. She was like, yeah, I tried my best. I just, the answer didn't come to me, and it didn't come together like that. I was like, that's all I fucking care about. I don't care about that fucking grade, man. Did you like? It's the little things, like, because the things like effort, discipline. So yeah, I'll make you do your homework, not because I give a fuck about the homework. It's about the things you need to do to be successful in life, and the only thing you're going to learn from school is maybe effort. So I need to see effort, right? I need to see discipline. You need to be disciplined enough to do the homework, even though it doesn't mean shit, right? You need to be disciplined enough to learn new things, or whatever the case may be. And I tell my oldest the same thing. Like, she'll give me a situation. She's on dorm on campus, and she tell me different situations with her friends, and how to interact with her friends. And I keep it real. I said, that's what you need to be learning. How to maneuver around people, right? And the schoolwork is fucking, that shit is minute to me. I don't know if you might call me crazy. Like, oh no, my kid gets straight A's. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, where's the effort? Like, I just need to see effort. Like my eldest, she's school is easy for her, right? So the effort's not there. She could just do, just easily just boop, boop. Oh, Dad, I got an A. I'm like, look, you're not gonna manipulate me. I already know that shit is easy. She's like, come on, hey, Dad, I got an A on mine. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I said, look, I don't care. I said, I don't care. What did you learn? I don't, and I'm not talking about the fucking Christopher Columbus or whatever the fuck they teach you. I'm not talking about that. What lessons did you learn today? Just interacting with people, interacting with your teachers. Here's another thing. Oh, I got a 87. My teacher doesn't like me. So I say, well, in life, you're gonna have a whole bunch of people that don't like you, especially when you're younger. You're gonna have authority, people in it with authority over you, and they may not like you. So you got to know how to deal with that. What are you gonna do? Not do what you got to do, right? So figure it. I tell Anaya, figure it out. These are the things I want you to be good at, not fucking algebra. I want you to be good at navigating situations and relationships with people who may like you, who may be manipulating you, who may be lying to you, who may not, who may like you and whatever the case may be. I need you to really hone in on these skills because those are the skills that's going to help you in life, not motherfucking fucking Jack Cousteau or whatever the fuck fucking teach you, man. Like, so yeah, man, that's my take on school. Fuck school.
Yeah, man, and exactly like you said, like I mean, yeah, people probably think that shit's weird, but people are weird and they're all fucking losing at life, so they should take a look at themselves and realize that everything that they think is weird is stupid because if they think a thing, it put them where it is that they are, and where it
You
is that
just
they are is not somewhere that anybody wants to be. So your thoughts led you astray. Think different things. But exactly, I agree. Like the effort matters more. Like some people go get straight A's and it's nothing for them, and some people bust their ass and get 72%. And like that's the more commendable thing because this person tried and doesn't get discouraged by the failure. I wanted an A, I worked my ass off and got a C, but I'm going to do it again next time. That's the valuable lesson, not the shit that you're writing down about the Oregon Trail or what Christopher Columbus was doing on the ocean. Like no one gives a fuck. That doesn't matter. And it's also, again, it's not true anyway. But the point, that doesn't matter. Your calculus, your algebra, none of that shit matters. But the work ethic that you get from sitting there and doing the shit, even though you don't want to do it, and still studying and pushing yourself, even though it's hard, that's what's useful out of it. And one of the things that I think is the best thing that they teach you in school isn't even a lesson. It's not even a part of the lesson plan. And I don't even know if they do it anymore because I know that a bunch of bitch-made ass people complain about the shit and they're like, well, it affects kids' mental health and all of this nonsense and sets unrealistic standards and a bunch of other bitch shit. But when I was going to school, at least, they gave out perfect attendance awards, right?
ah.
And in order to get the perfect attendance award, you have to show up every single day,
Mm.
regardless of how it is that you feel. Sometimes you're going to be sick and you got to go anyway. Sometimes it's going to be cold. You're not going to have a jacket. You're not going to have slept well the night before. Maybe you're not getting along with someone at school and they're making fun of you. Maybe you got a bad haircut. Maybe your outfit sucks that day. Whatever the fucking case, kid shit, right? But you're going to have to show up anyway in order to get
Mhm.
that award because no one's going to have 100 however many days you go to school 150 whatever the fuck, no one's going to have 150 200 whatever good school days, so they have to show up anyway. And then at the end, cool, you showed up anyway and you came to work even when you didn't feel like it. Here's a certificate. And people try and write that shit off as though it's focusing and rewarding the wrong thing. No, it's not,
Mm.
because that's what's going to make you successful in life. The person who shows up every single day regardless of how it is that they feel like and works to their best of their ability on that day is the person who's going to win. That's going to be the most jacked person in the gym. That's going to be the most rich, the most successful salesman at the fucking car dealership, at the insurance place, doing his own shit, whatever. That's the person who's going to make the most money. That's the person who's going to be the leanest. That's the person who's going to have the best relationships, is the person who learned that if I come here every single day and do the work to the best of my ability, shit will work out for me.
Absolutely, man. See, man, we schooling y'all motherfuckers today. We schooling y'all. No pun
Game
intended.
within a game, motherfuckers.
No pun intended. I'm a, yeah, I'm about to give you a little jolt right now. You're not gonna even know where this fucking shit is coming from. I'm gonna ask you a question. No, I'm like the Wile E. Coyote, man. I'm full of fucking
I'm here
tricks.
for some Joker shit
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Batman.
Yo, don't make fun of me either. Like, is Stevie Wonder talented or is he skilled? Before you answer that.
Okay.
they're gonna hate me for this. Uh, again, I'll answer. I'll ask. Stevie Wonder, is he talented or is he skilled? I'd say Stevie Wonder is it's not talented. He's fucking well, not the singing part. I'm not talking about the singing part because the motherfucker can sing. He got some. So we're talking about piano. Is he a talented pianist or is he a skilled pianist? Right. The motherfucker can't see. Right. So where is the talent coming from? All right. So this is going somewhere. It's culminating in a point. Culmination, man. I should have named the episode "Culmination," man, because it materializes.
That's what we gonna call a spectator sport. Parentheses
the
the culmination.
the culmination. Yeah, always got to put the there, right?
Duh.
Right. So I imagine a little baby Stevie walking around, bumping into shit, right? Little baby. Did he? I don't know if he had the shades on by now, but a little. And he.
I would imagine so. Like ever since he was,
Yeah, he had the shades on. The dreadlocks,
Yeah.
the dreadlocks. I don't know. I don't think he had the dreadlocks. But anyway,
That would be impressive.
that would be crazy. That would be crazy, right? All right. So I would imagine that little baby, blind, dreaded Stevie. I would imagine he'd be terrible at piano.
Probably as bad as you could be.
He's fucking blind. He can't see. I could imagine this guy being terrible at piano, right? How did he? How is it? Was it talent that? Was it talent that made him good? Was it talent that made Stevie Wonder a great pianist? No, he had to get skilled. He had to work hard, right? Here and especially him, he can't fucking see the fuck what's in front of him. He can't see the shit. So of course it was no talent involved there. It's pure, unadulterated effort. That goes back to effort. I know it was coming. You see how I just came full circle with the shit? It's fucking effort, and people downplay effort with words, and even in school. Oh, that kid is talented. He's talented. Oh, he's got so much talent. No,
So
motherfucker. It's
for
skill.
the
It's skill.
for the slow people, talent is an innate ability. Skill is a cultivated ability.
Cultivate. Yeah. Yes. There you go. Yeah, see. Yeah.
People do when they say, "Oh my God, you're so talented." No, bitch, I work hard. Like, it's those subtle little word tricks that people don't realize is that it's the taking away from what it is that you were doing. It's the downplaying the work that you do and to say that you're talented. It's the same thing that like, oh, you're so lucky or it must be nice. No, bitch, I work hard. I show up every single day and I try. And the same exact thing with you. You are a good ass rapper because you try, you work hard at the shit. It's not like you were just born. It's like, oh, words rhyme in my mind now. Metaphors, right. You know what I mean? Like you just hit it out and you're like, whoa, metaphors everywhere. That's all I see. I think in similes now. Like that's not how it fucking works. No one is just, and that's what people think though, is that again, the fucking spectators, that's what they think is these people were just like gifted these abilities from the fucking gods. Like Conor McGregor was just all of oh, here you go, fighting ability for you. No, people worked at this shit. Like, and you can even hear it too, especially like rap is a great way to go. Cause if you look at people over time and because it's not like singing, like when your voice can degrade as you get older and other people write your stuff. But the rapping, if you're taking it seriously, you're putting in the work and doing it. This is why people get so much better towards the end of their career. Like you're so much better than you were when you started out. there's some people who didn't used to be good who are amazing now. Or like, even if you look at people who were who were good back in the day, and the degree to which they're better now. Like if you look at take a Lloyd Banks, right? Back in the day, Lloyd Banks was good at rapping, but he just had the very simple punchlines. But now his shit is super intricate and layered and whatnot. Like he got the internal rhymes and shit go. Even Lil Wayne, like people hate on Lil Wayne and act like he fell off, which is insane. But
No, he
no,
can
he's
still
just
rap.
not rapping the same way.
Yeah.
Wayne raps his ass off right now. His shit progressing the same way. Like the speed that he does it, the way that he rhymes the shit, all in that's impressive as fuck. And it's the same shit with all of these people. They grow as they go on because it's something that they practice over time. But it just appears differently in sports players because your body degrades. Like you can't be 65 better than you were 20 just because of aging. And the same thing with singers. Again, your voice degrades as you get older. That's just how it works. And it's not something that you could train the same way. But again, rapping is a great example of the shit because it's the one thing that you could keep going and doing the same thing as long as your brain stays sharp. And it should get sharper as you go on. But people act like people are just gifted these things. Like, oh man, I wish I could. And, I used to think that back in the day too. Like I used to want to rap. Who the fuck didn't? But I used to want to rap. And I started out, and I would write some shit. I'd be like, damn, this is kind of trash. I just suck at this. And I give up on it, right? And then every once in a while, I'd be like, ooh, this is a dope line. And I'd be like, but everything else sucks. So clearly this just isn't for me. But if I would have stuck with it, then I would have been better at it because I would have practiced it. I would have cultivated it, just like everyone does with everything. You see it in people who speak. Like people become better speakers as they get older. People become better thinkers. This is why like Warren Buffett and shit is still doing amazing investing shit when he's 95 years old, because he kept his brain sharp and he trained it. Like it's not, no one is just gifted abilities to do stuff if they don't work at it. It's the same thing that people have with the genetics argument, which I fucking hate.
Yeah, that's another. Oh man, that shit right there, genetic and skill is a thing that if you don't work at it, it can degrade. But you got to work on it, right? It's
If you don't
like you
sharpen
said.
your blade, it gets dull.
Yeah, exactly. So even with the genetics thing, I hate that fucking. All this shit is excuses to me.
Every bit of it.
All this shit is excuses. Like, I seen somebody, I don't know where I read this shit, and here I go fucking shit up. I'm about to fuck somebody's quote up. Somebody said this shit. They were, I think it was a bodybuilder, and he said, this person, this person was really fucking so delusional that he said, "Oh, I don't want to work out that hard because I don't want to get big like you." He was like, "You'll never get big like me." Like, what do you think? You do a couple of hard reps and you're gonna get big. He was like, basically, I'm like the 0.3% in the world of people who are my size and this muscle depth and definition. You think because if you lift a certain amount of weight, you're gonna get like me? That's what you think? That's how easy you think. That's how delusional people are. I don't want to. If I, I don't want to. I don't want to get too muscular. What?
You won't.
What? What you want to look like a fucking bitch?
But
sorry,
like you already look like a bitch.
Sorry, yeah, that is.
You don't got nowhere to go.
I've been hanging around you too much, man. I didn't even mean to say that, but I said it.
I did.
Yeah, I said it. Fuck it. I've been hanging around Jay way too long. Fuck it. Well, do you want to look like a fucking bitch? Okay?
Yes, they do.
And but before you start, Jay, when I say bitch, I don't mean fucking, I mean a fucking sissy. You want to be a fucking sissy. I don't mean like a female and I'm calling female. I'm talking about a man, right?
Talk about men.
Yeah, I'm talking about a man. Yeah, I just had to.
We're putting men in quotation marks. Males.
Just had to clear that up, Jay.
Nah, I understand because every time I say bitch, people are like, "Oh my god, you're calling women bitch."
I know, like damn,
Christ, man. Like, what is wrong with you? Or I'll say some shit that has absolutely nothing to do with women to use the word bitch. And someone will pop up and be like, you need to be more respectful towards women. You need to be more intelligent, dumbass. Like,
What
pay
that
attention to what the fuck I'm saying.
that makes me think. If I'm not talking about a woman, what makes you? Aren't you the one that's being thinking
You're the one
derogatory?
who's sexist here. You heard bitch and thought woman.
Right. Like what
This
I
is the
didn't even
problem here.
exactly. You're the problem, motherfucker.
That's what people don't even sit there and realize this shit. This is a whole entire tangent, but I want to go. I want to go to this workout thing first.
Yeah.
But it's like the people who talking about Kamala lost because she's a woman. It's like you realize that's the sexist thing to say, right?
Yeah.
You thinking she lost because she's a woman is sexist. You're
Yeah.
sexist for thinking that. All of
Yeah.
this people who run around calling everything racist. It's like you're the one who's you heard this word and thought racism. You're racist. Stop
Yes.
it. But with the workout, it's like when now this one does happen to be about women, but women will be like, I don't want to get too big whenever it is that I work out. It's like, look at the gym. All of these men are trying to get huge, and most of them are failing at it. You're fine. It's not that
It's
fucking
not gonna
easy.
happen. It's not gonna
It's,
happen.
if it was that easy, all these motherfuckers would be
Right.
jacked. They're all
It's
they're
not gonna
fat,
happen.
they're small as shit, looking like bitches.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with it. It is exactly just an excuse. For the same way that they say this shit, like, I don't want to get big like you. You won't. These things take concerted efforts. It's not like you're gonna go do 11 curls instead of 10, and all of a sudden you look like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not how it works. Like, he didn't just wind up that way. He
No.
dedicated himself for decades of his life to look that way. It didn't just happen. None of this shit just happens. But that's what people think, is that this stuff just happens, and they have this genetic thing. And I hear people, they'll look at somebody and be like, oh, they have good genetics. You just have really good genetics. That's why you're lean. He has good genetics. That's why he's muscular. Like, what kind of shit is this? First
I
and
don't know.
foremost, you can't measure this. There is no test to be like, what are your genetics? They just be like, well, he looked good when he was a teenager too. Maybe he was doing something then as well. Has that ever occurred to you? Has it ever occurred to you that there might be people with what you call amazing genetics who just sit on their ass and do nothing but eat 40 pizzas a day, and they're fat as fuck and can't even get out of bed? What did their genetics do for them? Not a goddamn thing.
Not a
There are
damn
people
thing.
in the same way that there have been people, there's trust fund babies who are broke as shit now, because it's not just that you were given a thing. What did you do with it? It's not that your genetics are bad. It's that you're a lazy fuck who can't stop eating burgers. That's why you are fat. It's not that you have bad genetics. If anyone ate like you, they would look like you, which is terrible. Like, you have to take this shit and take this fucking accountability for your actions. Exactly like you said, it's all of these excuses that people have. Well, he's talented. He has good genetics. He has good parents. It's all of this other shit to say that to downgrade other people, or downplay, excuse me, other people's accomplishments and act like they can't do it themselves. But you just don't want to fucking try. So you find every single reason in the world to not, well, I don't have good genetics. How do you know? You've never worked out. Well, maybe you'll work out for a year and look like a fucking bodybuilder. You don't know that because you've never fucking tried. You don't know whether your genetics are good or not till you put them to the test, if that even is a thing. You don't know if you're talented because you haven't done the work to be skilled.
And that's just that, man. That's just that, man. Like, look, right now we got to just end this. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Like, I hate that shit. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop making excuses, because all that shit, Jay, that shit is excuses. I don't have the genetics. I don't have this. I don't. My mother is. Oh, I told you about. I don't know if it was on air or off air, or if it was another show. But I was watching the episode of 600 Pound Wife, and this fucking fat piece of shit bitch, right? And I don't know if it was on one of our episodes. Even if it was, I'm gonna fucking repeat it because it was fucking. I hate it. I hate it. This fat bitch. Mind you, she's like 670 pounds. And she got the nerve to blame the relationship of her mother. Oh, she was troubling when I was I don't know why we make this voice when we do idiots.
Stupid people got the same
they got the same. Well, at
non-learning
least we
habit.
hear it. At least we hear it the same. I don't. Oh, my mother. Uh, she would lock the fridge, and there'll be hours before I eat. So I would just,
Oh no.
yeah, no, I was. It'd be hours before I ate, and it was the trauma. And mind you, you love that word, don't you? Trauma, the trauma, fucking trauma of my mother locking the refrigerator because I was 370 pounds at 12 years old, but it wasn't my fault because the next time I had the Cheetos, I tore the bag up because I was deprived of them because the fridge was locked and the cupboards had locks on them. And yo, man, yo, man, what are we doing, man? And it's not just about weight; it's with everything. It's with everything. Oh, the job, I lost out. I lost out to this guy's, or this guy's he's white, or this guy's black. They gave him a black. He's black and small. He's white. I lost out to a white guy or whatever. I didn't get the
It's
job
probably
because
related to him.
yeah, like come on, you didn't get the.
I
I
got
didn't get the job.
racism going.
No accountability, man. So it doesn't. It's not just about weight. It's about life, man. It's about life. Yo, look, nothing will be given to you. You have to understand this. Nothing will be given to you. You have to work extremely hard at being fucking most people have 99% of people have to work extremely hard to be mediocre. Strap that on for your britches. And I know that made no fucking sense. I don't even give a fuck. It's late. Strap
Nah,
that
that's
on
a
for your
fact.
britches, motherfucker. You have to work extremely hard to even get to a point where you're fucking normal. And then to get past normal, what type of work you have to put in is unsurmountable. You can't even measure it. You can't even measure it. To be 0.0.3% of the people, but look how hard you have to work just to get normal. And being normal, being what a decent paying job, a roof over your head, a girlfriend, a car, not being able to worry about certain things. Oh, what am I going to eat tomorrow and shit like that? That's fucking, and it should be normal. That's normal. It's not even normal for. I can't even put a percentage on it. It's not normal for most people. So try to wrap your mind around that.
The fucking the 600-pound thing is
Fat
absolutely
bitch.
wild to me. Like, to sit there and say, because my mother locked the fridge and deprived me of food, I now have to eat all of it. Like, that would be like me saying, when I was a kid, my dad wouldn't let me do drugs, so now I'm a crackhead. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That is the stupidest shit in the fucking world. And putting aside the fact that I absolutely hate people's trauma shit, if that's what you consider trauma, not being able to freely eat all of the food that you want all of the time, you are going to be in for a very, very difficult life. The world is going to have some terrible, awful surprises for you, and you are not going to be able to handle it because you know what? One time you're going to want to get food and the store is going to be closed. What are you going to do then?
Mm.
If it's going to bring up your issues of the locked cabinet, the store's locked, they closed the doors to the fucking restaurant. What are you going to do? You have to fucking deal with it. But again, you think that's trauma, so who the fuck knows where you're going to go with that? But exactly what it is that you said. It's a complete lack of accountability that people have, and they blame all of their own actions and decisions on any and everything but their fucking selves. It's like, well, I eat too much because I have this eating disorder because of the relationship with food that I got from my childhood, because my parents wouldn't give me sweets all the time, or when I ate, they made comments about my weight, so now I can't help but to not eat. No, bitch, you just eat too much fucking food because you don't have any self-control. What are you talking about? Or well, both of my parents were alcoholics, so all I ever knew growing up was to drink, so that's why I'm an alcoholic now. Like, no, you just drink alcohol. No one made you do that. You don't have a disease. You purchased alcohol and you drank it. You did that shit repeatedly because you're stupid. What do you mean? This is not a disease. This is a choice. The same thing with the drugs. The same thing with the fucking laziness. The same thing with the jobs. People will quickly go exactly what it is that you said. Well, I didn't get this job because I'm black. They didn't hire me because I'm a woman. Well, maybe you walked in there looking like a fucking idiot. Maybe you were late. Maybe you weren't qualified. Maybe you don't know how to string sentences together. Maybe you don't understand simple questions. Maybe you weren't dressed. There's a million reasons that it could be, but
Breath
you're
smell like
dumbass.
shit.
Anything, but you picked the one thing that you can't change about yourself and blamed it on that. Where are you going to go from there? You can't do anything about that. But you know what you can do? You can brush your teeth. You can learn to speak better. You can iron your fucking clothes. You can come prepared and understand how to answer questions without cursing and all of that shit. I know I'm cursing right now, but I don't have a fucking job. I
Fuck
say what the
it.
fuck it is that I want to. But you can do all of these other things, but what you can't do is change the color of your skin, and that's what you blamed it on. What you can't do, despite what these weirdos tell you nowadays, is change your gender, and that's what you chose to blame it on. What you can't do is go back and change your past, and that's what you chose to blame it on. Like, it's just all of these excuses to not want to be, or to not have to do any work, to never have to fucking try, to not have to put in any fucking effort for anything. And this is why everybody is fucking failing and mediocre at best. Most of these people would have elevated far beyond they could imagine if they were woke up mediocre one day. And that's a fucking shame. But this is not, no one made you do that. These are your own choices. Like no one made you be fat. No one made you be an addict. Nobody made you be lazy or a procrastinator or someone who's sad, crying all of the time. Nobody made you want to be depressed or obsess about your past and your trauma or blame every single thing that happens in your life on someone else and not do shit. All of that's on you. And you have to fix it, because exactly what you said, don't nobody give a fuck. Don't nobody care how hard your day was. Don't nobody care what happened to your childhood. No one cares about. Go get a DUI and tell the judge that your dad got drunk and beat you, and that's why you drink. See if you're not going to jail. You are, because it's still a fucking crime. Go tell your fucking landlord you couldn't pay the rent because you needed mental health days because you were sad remembering how your childhood was, and see if they give a fuck. Or if you're homeless, your rent's still due. No one cares.
No one gives a fuck.
Not even a little bit.
Especially like, and I hate to harp on it, but this bitch put a bag of like 17 bags of tater tots in a big aluminum. All right, I'm off the.
No. Hold on. This is the level of delusion that people have. These motherfuckers will sit there. I've seen the show. Someone told me about this shit one time. These motherfuckers got 6 pizzas and ate them on the drive to somewhere. Like, how did you?
Damn.
But these people will sit down and eat 6 pizzas and be like, I'm fat because of my genetics. No, bitch, you're fat because you eat so much fucking food. It's absolutely insane. Or people will sit around and not do anything for days straight and be like, man, I'm poor because I'm black. No, you're poor because you're lazy. What are you talking about? Look at your day. All you've done is watch Netflix and play video games. When's the last time you read a book? When's the last time you did something? When's the last time you got up early when you didn't have to go to work? Like, you're doing these things, but people are so delusional that they will go and do all these things to make them into exactly who they want to be, and then wonder why they wound up that way, and then blame everything else. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, let me tell you, and I know I'm gonna make light of it, but fuck it. I'm like I said, I'm feeling jovial. Um, let me talk to black folks real quick, man, because they're the most fucking delusional of all, right?
Oh, they gonna hate this, but I'm here for it.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. But I just thought of something, and of just a specific instance in delusion. So I was watching a clip of RFK Jr. and he was saying how black people may be more, genetically inclined. He's speaking glowingly, like, oh, black people, that's why COVID didn't affect them. It wasn't supposed to affect them. They didn't need to take the vaccine. I can't verbatim. I'm not, kind of repeating him verbatim, but I'm just kind of wrapping up everything he said kind of in a ball. Basically, he was saying, black people might be genetically, more inclined. and I see black people saying, "How dare he say that?" I'm like, "What? What the fuck is you? Why are you mad? That you mad at that motherfucker? How dare I? No, I've seen it. I'm talking about tons of black. How? What is he trying to? What is he trying? Because we run fast? Is he trying to say we run faster and jump higher? What is he? What is he? I'm sitting back and I'm like, what the fuck are you people? Are you people? Because I'm not. Don't lump me in with. No, I don't want to be a part of that. First of all, I'm not that fucking. He did. He said nothing offensive to me, but I'm not fucking. Even if he did, I'm not sensitive. Like I don't give. Like why are you so fucking sensitive? I'm talking to black people. Why are you fucking? Why does everything bother you, man? Everything, but this what should bother you. You know what should bother you? Fucking not being able to read, right? Being broke, being in jail, prison,
Obese.
obese, having someone who looks like you shoot you in your fucking face. These things should fucking upset you. This is what you should be sensitive about. Seriously, yo. Like, why are you so fucking sensitive? I don't think we used to be like, oh, did you hear what he said? Oh, we should cancel him. Why are we so fucking soft, man? I don't represent that. I don't represent that at all. I'm a black man. I'm fucking strong, right? I'm serious. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. I'm funny. I'm everything fucking Junior fucking described. I'm like fucking Wolverine over this motherfucker. I'm made out of steel, right? I'm not sensitive. I'm not a sensitive little ass bitch, man. Y'all gotta man up, man. Oh well, he said nigger. This guy said nigger, and he
No,
called me a
no.
nigger, and that I won't stand for. That now leaving my 3-year-old son, that I could do. That I could do. But you calling me a nigger? Oh.
Intolerable.
You I've had it up to here. Yo, man up. And look, I'm not calling that. Look, this is not for 99% of the. This is just for the black people who are sensitive little bitches. It's not for. I know tons of strong black people, like, and I'm fucking one of them. But it's not for you, right? This is for the sensitive, very sensitive. Everything bothers you. Everything irks you. Everything. Here's the word, Jay. Everything triggers you.
This is the man, there are so many things. Okay, so this is a perfect example of the fucking brainwashing of shit, right? Of the idea that in order to be standing up for something, you have to be sensitive to anything that's said about black people from non-black people. Like y'all, like this man, yes, he's a white dude, amazing. He apparently, I didn't hear what he said, but from the sound of it, he stood up there and said, "Hey, black people are amazing." And you said, "Whoa, how dare you address us as black people?"
Crazy,
Like
crazy.
there's no thought to it. This is a pre-programmed response. You can't even sit there and listen to what it is that he said. He's complimenting you. That's why are you rejecting this? And these are the same people who run around forever talking about they look at us as inferiors. And now when one of them says you're superior, you're offended by that too. Why? And that's the
Maybe
like
you don't think
what
maybe you don't think you're what he's describing.
But this is again the thing of why it is that I'm sitting here calling it brainwashing, because this is what prevents any degree of noticeable social progress, is the reaction like this to every fucking thing, or
Mm-hmm.
and that you can go and pass it off on all of this stuff, going back to the trauma thing. At some point, you have to leave this be and focus on currently, right now. What is it that you were trying to do, and stop relying on other people to make you better. Because exactly like you said, oh, you can't say certain things about us, but I'm cool with shooting this dude up the street who looks like me because he looked at me funny. That is fine. I'm cool with having 6 baby moms who I don't know 5 of them, and I've never met 14 of my children, but that's okay. But if you dare speak about us on TV, we will not accept this. We will riot. We will tear apart our own cities if you kill a crackhead who is acting unruly. That's not acceptable. But we are perfectly fine with making music to corrupt the minds of our youth and make them want to go out and shoot people. That's fine. But one of you better not kill a crackhead. Like, the priorities are so fucked up. And this goes back to the accountability thing, right? You see people all of the time talking about, well, they put the drugs in the liquor stores in our communities and stuff. Okay, cool. But they didn't make you use it.
No,
You
didn't.
chose to use it. There's liquor stores up the street from my house. I don't drink. It's there.
Right.
Like, I don't go there and buy the liquor. I've never smoked crack. I grew up around people who sold crack, people who did crack. I never did the crack. It was present. Just because it's present doesn't mean you have to partake in it. Like, you have to look at your own actions sometimes, and you have to take responsibility for your own situation. Like, no one is making you commit acts of violence against your own people. No one is making you rob and steal from your own people. No one is making you see your neighbor start doing something to elevate themselves and making you hate on them and want to tear them down and take them down the first chance that you get. No one's making you do that. These are your own choices. No one in we've talked about before, Jay-Z with the title. Jay-Z, y'all want your own platform forever. Jay-Z gave you one and you hated on it. You won't even use it now. Like, what's the deal? No one's making you do that.
And look, I'll leave this there. Yeah, being black is not, well, being human is not easy. Nothing's easy, but especially being a black male, it's not. No one says it's easy. It's not. I mean, it's hard. Now what? I don't
What are you
get
going to
like
do
I don't
about it?
get. Yeah, I don't get the response. That's my thing. I'm not arguing that things may, or not even may, they are more difficult.
Yeah.
A little bit, right? As in the past, it was a lot more difficult. I give no one that's not an excuse, right? It's just me observing, right? Yeah, things are probably a little bit more difficult right now in this day and age. A little bit more difficult, right? Now what?
That's
What do you do?
the thing.
What are you gonna do? Not do anything? Like,
Yes.
look, I don't get it, Jay. Like, yo, oh man, it's I'm black, and I can't get. Okay, now what, dog? Sit down and
That's
die? Lay down and die?
just
Nah,
give
man.
up.
Give up? Oh man, I can't. I can't. Man, that attitude, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that at all. Like, shit is hard. When shit gets
Such is
hard,
life.
yeah, when shit gets hard, your mindset should get harder. Like, listen, I'm built for this shit, man. I'm like, you have to have a warrior's mindset. There's nothing that can stop me. I don't give a like. I don't know, Jay. It's frustrating.
Nah, it is, because it's exactly what you said. Like, first and foremost, shit is hard, amazing, whoop-de-doo, but it's not
Yeah. So
impossible.
what?
So who
Right.
gives a fuck? And so I'm a big believer in only adopting beliefs that serve you. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong that it's hard. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It could be infinitely hard. It doesn't
Right.
matter. That belief doesn't serve you. So why are you focused on that? You want to go over there. Figure out how to get over there. Is it easier for other people? Who gives a shit? It is what it is for you. Focus on doing what you need to do and stop worrying about, oh, well, it doesn't hurt to acknowledge. Yes, it does. Because when you acknowledge it, you are putting in your mind that it might not be possible. And when you have the belief that it might not be possible, that will at some point give you an excuse to stop short of doing what it is that you need to do. Exactly like you said. Nothing is going to stop me from doing what it is that I would like to do. I don't even entertain that as a possibility. I don't even really quantify things in easy or not easy. I just go with tasks that need to be done. Is this task hard? Who gives a shit? It's still the task. I don't give a fuck how it is that I feel about it. Like, you don't have to run around calling things difficult. You don't have to call things obstacles. You don't have to call things hard. You could just call things what it is that they are. You don't need to rate it on any sort of difficulty scale, because all you're doing is putting a bunch of this dumb shit in your mind. Like, when people ask me, like, is it hard getting up? I don't know. I don't think about it, because why would I think about that? I just know I need to get up at this fucking time. I don't give a shit. Who gives a shit if it's hard? Who gives a shit if it's easy? It is what it is. So, like, you have things that you want to accomplish in life, whatever it is that they are big aspirations, small aspirations. You want to start a family, you want to open a business, you want to get in shape, you want to become the fucking president. It doesn't matter. You don't have to tell yourself this is easy and this is hard. It just is what it is, regardless of how it is that you quantify it. So why are you wasting your time categorizing these things like this? Well, that's different. Who gives a fuck? Are you going to do it or not?
Right. So, I think me and you, we've adopted the philosophy of stoicism. Um, Pretty much changed my life. And I would think, it works for men. I think it just works for human beings, women, man, woman, child. Mostly for men, though, man. Like, be stoic, man. Like, be stoic, man. Do your research. Adopt these philosophies, man. It's not what happens to you; it's how you react to them. It's how do you react to the things that are happening to you. It's not that
Everything is
it's
what
not
you make
that
it.
yeah. It's not that it's happening. Right? Shit happens. It's how you look at the shit that's happening. How do you quantify these things that's happening to you? How do you judge these things that's happening to you? Now, like Jay said, if you choose to say it's hard, oh man, it's hard. I can't do it. Well, that's how you look at it. Don't look at it like that. Jay, it's hard for Jay to get up at 3:43. I think is the time or something like that.
53.
3:53. Jay gets up and starts his day. He doesn't look at it as hard, right? So, and that's the Stoic philosophy, right?
It just is.
It just is, man. It just is, and you control. The only thing you can control is the way you think. That's pretty much the only thing. The way you think about shit, and your quality of life determined by the quality of your thoughts. That's it. If you think like shit, you're gonna live like shit.
Period.
Period. Mic drop, motherfucker.
I say all of the fucking time.
I'm fucking with you.
Everything. If I have to quantify a thing, it's good to me. And people want to take this to some sort of extreme and think that it's going to change. It doesn't change. If I walk outside tomorrow and get shot, I will smile and say amazing, because now I get to overcome a thing, and I will be stronger once this gets through. Because you know what? If I'm mad about it, there's still a bullet in me. Who gives a fuck? So why not be happy about this shit? I remember a few months ago, I got flat tire, and I was like, sweet thing to overcome in the middle of my day. This is inconvenient, and I will fix it, and it will be great. I will do all of the things that I still need to do while having fixed a flat tire, because nothing gets in my way. Everything is how it is that you choose to fucking view it. It doesn't matter what it is. There are zero exceptions to this rule. You could take the worst thing in the world. You get to assign a value to it, because nothing is naturally, standardly, blanketly good or bad. It's just what you fucking make of it.
Absolutely, and that makes me think about somebody I follow on Instagram. Somebody I admire actually. Been following them for a second. I don't know if you know them. You know Inky Johnson.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you're familiar with his story, he lost his. I don't know if it's left or right arm, but he lost an arm. He played. He was a fantastic football player. He played for Tennessee. I believe he was a safety, and he played for Tennessee. And he routine tackle. And long story short, he ends up losing one of his arms. And he was asked, "Was that the worst thing that happened to him?" He said, "Nah." He said that was the best thing that happened to me. How in the fuck is that possible? Because look at where he is now. Right? He's one of the great speakers of today. Um, he's, by all accounts, he looks like he's doing great, right? Um, he says that's the best thing that ever happened to him because he wouldn't be the man he is today if that wouldn't happen. And that just makes me think, man, like all the fucking shitty shit that happened to me and whoever during your life, if you spin it in a positive way, and I've always tried to do that. You spin it in a way where it serves you, your life will be totally different. Shout out to Inky Johnson, by the way. But yeah, if you spin these things and it turns out that these things serve you, have to make it serve you, the better off you will be in life. Trust me, the better off you will be in life.
1000%, because again, everything is how it is that you choose to view it. Whether something is a paradise or a purgatory is all in your mind and how it is that you're looking at things. But with the right mindset, the worst thing that's ever happened to you can be the best thing that's ever happened to you. It's that is up to you every single fucking time.
Yep. Shout out to my Stoics, Marcus Aurelius. Or I'm kind of related to
Epictetus.
Epictetus. I could be related to Marcus, like his descendant of Marcus. Randy Aurelius is what they call me around this household. Epictetus is one of my favorites, Marcus. But yeah, game within a game, man. Jay, always a pleasure. We
Yes,
rock
sir.
shit, man. We rock stars right now. We fucking shit up. I would like to believe we are, for lack of better words, helping people or trying.
Nah,
Right?
1000%.
Or what? So you know what I want to do next show too. I want to start shouting out our little community. There's people that leave comments and shit. And
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I remember we talked in the beginning about them. It was the first two people who followed us before we even did
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Yeah, show
I
them some
want to,
love.
yeah. And everybody on the
Yeah, we got
YouTube,
it's been a couple people who've been really supporting on YouTube, Spotify, leaving comments on every episode that we putting out. So yeah, we definitely take some time to shout them out. Much love to
yeah,
y'all.
hell yeah, and I'm gonna go on YouTube. We're both of us gonna go on YouTube, get you guys names. I want to personally, by your name, shout you out. So uh Bethany, Ralph, it's not the names. I just made them names up.
Y'all Bethany and Ralph for now, but I know y'all know exactly who it is that you are. So
No. Well, next episode, we would
yeah, we gonna
definitely
get the
shout
actual
you.
names.
I'm just fucking with you. Yo, matter of fact, if your
Yeah,
name
that's your username is crazy.
if your name Ralph, I don't got no friends named Ralph. If I had a friend named Ralph, you wouldn't be my fucking friend.
I don't think I ever met anybody named Ralph in real life. Like,
Yo, shout
I
out to all
want to
my
say that's like a
Ralphs out there.
super right name, but I don't even know. Ralph. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck Ralph is,
Hey
but
man, listen, there's somewhere out there.
hey, if somebody watching this named Ralph, just shout out to you, man, because we just been sitting here talking about you and shit and
Yeah,
hating
my
on your name.
bad.
So much love, Ralph.
My bad. My bad, Ralph. I'm just
I mean, no need to apologize. You ain't name him Ralph.
nah. It's yo, it's late. Yo, it's
I tried
late.
to fix it, and I just made it worse.
Nah, it's late. I'm being a little silly. Jay's egging me on. Stop it. Um,
It's what I do.
nah, we good. We good. But yeah, this is we will shout you out. We will get your real names and shout you out. And also, We're gonna
Or
go.
again, the best approximation of your real name as we can, depending on what you put your screen name as.
Yeah, that's what we going off of. So if your name is Toot Moan Horn 87, that's what the fuck you getting shot out as. Toot. What up, Toot? I don't give a fuck if you right. I don't give a fuck if you a 65-year-old black man from Chicago. Your name is Toot 77.
That's what you labeled yourself. No one made you do that. So
I ain't do it, man. So make sure your username is correct, because that's how we gonna come at you. For real.
oh shit, we stop talking shit about hypothetical names.
Oh man, nah. It's like I said, it's a little late. We're getting silly. But yeah, we I hope you gave we gave him. I was about to end. I was about to give you an ending, a little fucking corny ass cliche ending. Cut that, Jay. Cut that shit out. Edit it. I don't want that. I was about to give you for some old bullshit ass cliche. Hey, so we're gonna glad for watching game. Man, fuck that shit. Fuck that. We don't end the show like that. And I'm mad at
we got to keep going saying shit that just fucking stops out of fucking nowhere.
Yes, that's how I love it. I love it. I was mad that